Hello, and welcome to another production by Jerry Does Things and Yoder Film Industries. For the second time this month, we will find ourselves over at the Reading, Blue Mountain, and Northern Railroad with the loudest operational steam locomotive in existence, Blue 425. Today, the Blue Pacific will be hauling its usual 120-mile round-trip excursion from Reading to Jim Thorpe, with electromotive diesel SD50s number 5018 and 5019 providing necessary assistance. In addition, an auxiliary tender would provide further water for the 425 on this long trip. As the sun came out, so did the thick, dark clouds blocking any chance of pure sunlight. While sunny is preferred weather for almost any chase, the mist from the low-hanging clouds created an intriguing atmosphere against the high hills of eastern Pennsylvania. Contrary to the common crowd, we would not start in Reading for still shots or departure. Instead, we would begin our chase at the next stop, Port Clinton, with the RDCs appearing first out of the northern side of the station property. We would then head south to the station itself to film the arrival of 425. Today, the 425 will be wearing a beautiful Baltimore and Ohio 3-chime whistle, appropriately synchronized with the performer's extra blue paint. Acting as percussion, the stack talk would be a mighty deep tone as she accelerated the track speed. As we began our chase, the storm would cut loose and it would begin to rain incandescently. As the result, traffic would be slower as usual, cutting our spots short. We would, for our next location, miss our intended target, posting along the Little Schuylkill River. Running toward Nescahoning, we would catch the train again along Tonanil Road. At this point, it had begun to feel like our previous outing to the Reading and Northern, with it raining non-stop. Fortunately, the sound of the distant 3-chime overpowered the constant rain, making for some decent audio. following stop ended up being something of a fluke. In the past, we had attempted to enter Jim Thorpe to catch an arrival shot, with the crowds making it nearly impossible. This time, however, I think partly due to the bad weather that day, we managed to push our way through the Switzerland of Pennsylvania, setting up along Highland Beverage, achieving a classic town shot. While the rest of the crew and passengers were on layover, we decided to take a quick trip over to the No. 9 Coal Mine and Museum in Lansford, Pennsylvania. Due to time restraints, we would not be able to take a tour of the mine itself, but the museum and outdoor display were most certainly worth it. As part of the outdoor display, there rested a small 040 saddle tank steam locomotive. Built by the Vulcan Ironworks in 1923, this engine, number 51, was operated by the Lehigh Coal and Navigation Company, located here in the mining town of Lansford. Back on the road again, we would head for quite the unique shot. While not totally out of the ordinary, shots such as these don't always come with audio, as they can require drones to get such a unique perspective. Yes, this next shot would be an overhead shot. Posting along Lincoln Drive, we would first catch sight of the RDCs on their way back to Pottsville, Pennsylvania, with the Blue Pacific following not far behind. After a surprisingly quick run through Tamaqua, we would go for another ever-popular shot, pacing the 425 south through Centers. Special thanks to Steam Enthusiast Productions for taking the video in this shot. For the first time in the entire day, the sun would finally shine, and shine properly it did. Sneaking up on us, 425 would silently barrel through New Ringgold in the beautiful golden hour. Sprinting ahead, we would once again arrive in Port Clinton, with just enough time to get set up. This would also, unfortunately, be the last time we would see the sun on today's chase. After dropping off a friend in Port Clinton, we will once again find ourselves on the road, headed for an unplanned stop just outside of Hamburg. Here, the roadbed from the former Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill branch crosses over the active Reading, Blue Mountain, and Northern, creating an interesting frame shot. By surprise, it just happens that the crew changed out the whistles in Port Clinton, as here she would be heard wearing a fantastic Norfolk & Western 12-inch single chime, more commonly known as a hooter whistle. Our chase would eventually come to an end here, at the Reading Outer Station as she pulled in with her train. Walking up past the station, we would set up just under another bridge from the former Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill branch. With the train stopped, the chase was over, and the day had come to a close. Thanks for joining us on another day-long outing at the Reading and Northern. Keep an eye out for another steam-related adventure in Delaware sometime this week over here on Jerry Does Things. And as always, thank you for watching.